ええ、期待しているわ。それでこそ私の分身。
I have a feeling she's gonna let you down.
私の駒よ。
Erika and Byrne exchange cruel smiles that make anyone want to look the other way.
お聞きなさい。魔女ども、人間ども。これより魔女集会にて幻想法廷の改定を宣言する。
The commander of the game spoke with words of power. Though her words were spoken inside such a vast space, they rang out with the force of a bell in a bell tower.
お前たちのこのゲームにおける生と役割はおしまい。
Okay.
第5のゲームはこれにて閉じられ、24時を迎えての答え合わせとなるわ。では早速と言いたいところだけど、その前にまずは軽く自己紹介から始めようかしら。
I don't know if there's a need for
これだ
that.
け大勢いるんだしね。私はラムダデルタ、絶対の魔女にして新しきゲームの支配者。
ベルンカステル、奇跡の魔女ベアトリーチェの魔女幻想のカンパを目的とするわ。
無限の魔女ベアトリーチェで我が存在の主張と夏日金蔵の保護を目的とする。
This sucks.
バトラ様、次なる序列は
I
あなた
do?
であります。
後ろ宮バトラベアトラ。ああ、いや魔女どもと戦ってる以上だ。
ご存知と思いますが、貴殿は今回のゲームは途中よりの参加となっております。魔女集会開催のこの時点ではまだ未参加ということです。
Okay, so what the fuck am I here for?
お分かりでありますか？
分かってるぜ。しばらくは発言権がないってことだろ。
ご理解感謝であります。
Even though Battler held a rank near that of witches, he sat at the foremost of the benches, shared with the other relatives all by himself at one end. He met the gaze of Beato, who was on the balcony.
わらわの宿敵であると一言言えばよいもの。
お前だけの敵とは限らねえからだよ。
取り返す。これはわらわたちのゲームだ。
ああ。
I almost said that I was fighting against Beato's illusion of the witch. Since the beginning, Beato has been my only enemy, but right now Erika and those witches who started toying around with Beato's tail, are also my enemies. Who should I fight and how? Maybe it's a good thing I don't have the right to speak for a while. I'll calm down and coolly watch over everything.
魔女集会の開催発起人にして探偵フルド・エリカです。この第5のゲームの犯人を暴き、この物語に愉快なピリオドを与えてご覧に入れます。
I somehow doubt this. Erika greeted the witches above her and the humans behind her once again. You let Kenzo escape out the window. I doubt you're gonna be able to solve the, fucking knocking on the door. Fine. I can get the letter there. No problem. Letter's easy. Knocking on the door's hard.
私も期待してるわ。さあ、残りのコマどもも適当にザラーっと自己紹介なさい。人間ども、全員自己紹介を。
When 45 urged him to introduce himself, Kenzo stood up. Oh god. Keep it to a minimum.
書斎の窓より抜け、六軒島のどこかに潜んでおる。後ろ宮クラウス、現在は囚われの身でどこかに監禁されている。
Probably. Maybe.
後ろ宮エヴァよ、生きてる
ルドルフだ。この後もずっと後ろ宮だからな。名字ははしょるぜ。
Well, I mean, there are servants, so...
後ろローザです。第一の晩に殺されました。
Oh, wait, oh, okay, everyone's just alive.
ジェシカ、同じく第一の晩に死亡だぜ。
I'm waiting for someone to ask where the fuck they are.
ジョージです。同じく第一の晩に死亡。
マリアン。
Oh my god.
死んじゃったけど私はこうして喋ってるね。死ぬことなんて大した問題じゃないでしょ。
Oh no, it's not. Christ.
後宮夏日です。生きております。
You wanna fucking calm down?
秀吉や。
You didn't live.
ついさっき殺されたばかりや。
God damn, I was killed 10 minutes ago.
桐江よ、まだ生きてるわ。
南條です。私も流れておりますな。源氏と申します。第一の番に死亡でございます。
シャノンです。生存してます。
カノンです。同じく生存。
ゴーダです。よろしくお願いします。皆さん方。
Would you like some soup?
熊沢でございます。よろしくお願いします。
続いて魔女ども全員自己紹介を。
Virgilia's group could also be seen. Unlike the floor Beato's group was on, the second floor had a balcony which looked like a raised audience seating. And they sat there looking down as though they were at a theater.
ワルギリアと申します。ベアトリーチェの師匠です。
ガープよ、死体を消す役担
炉の上、紅茶を入れる役担当です。
And my god, are you very useful. Ronave's the fucking best.
この
Yes.
7姉妹を代表してご挨拶申し上げます。
No, fuck off. No, bring all 7 out here.
第2の番の秀吉殺人を担当しました。
Or just bring the other 6. There you go.
煉獄の7姉妹、ここに。
Good to have you guys here.
続けてエリカ教の家具どもは自己紹介を。ガートルール、異端審問補佐官なり。
コーネリア、異端審問補佐官なり。
Yeah, I just imagined a Grand Inquisitor would look a little differently. I don't know. Who am I to fucking say? The two of them could also be seen on the second floor second floor audience seating. They sat apart from Virgilia's group. Then Delanor, who was seated between the two, slowly stood up. She had a presence and dignity about her, as though she was overseeing everything from that place.
ドラノール・エーノックスであります。エリカ教の首席補佐を務めます。
I'm sorry.
バトラー、あなたには期待しています。
I am too. 'Cause I really need to get some ideas going for the, knocking on the door.
私を失望させないでください。
Because I feel like a fucking idiot. Because I have a feeling it's actually not really that hard. And, you know, all the other stuff I've solved is actually way harder than that. But I've just been... I have no idea. Like, I'm just going on technical bullshit.
お互い全力でぶつかるだけだ。
ドラノールの出番は本来なら必要ありません。しかし魔女側が醜く言い逃れをもてあそぐとき、それを断罪してもらわねばなりません。書斎での奇跡は二度と起こりませんから。
You're the one that let it happen in the first place.
最後にご挨拶申し上げます。本魔女集会の進行管理を命ぜられたシエスタ姉妹近衛隊であります。よろしくお願いします。以上で全ての駒の自己紹介を終了するであります。一堂に会するが全38名。
So many people. There are 38 characters in the 5th game. But if you added all the pieces from the previous games too, it would probably rise even higher. Who are we missing? Oh yeah, we're missing some goats. And... Avatris. Who else are we missing? Angie. So yeah, we could add a few more. This game, which has so often been likened to chess, now has far more pieces than a chess board.
いいわ。では始めようかしら。
Well, not far more, just a little bit more.
おっきに始めてちょうだい。ああ、悪いけどそこのヤギさん。ジュースのおかわりお願いね。
Mr. Goat.
私にはポップコーンを。
ああ、そうだったわね。悪魔の感激はポップコーンと相場が決まってるとあんたが決めたんだもんね。
ええ、楽しませてもらうの。あと紅茶とからし味噌をもらえる。
What the fuck are we? No, what? No, this isn't like a dinner. You're supposed to be actually paying attention.
エリカ、始めなさい。私の退屈はもう始まってるわよ。
Yeah, I like a couple shots of whiskey. Yeah, I really need to loosen up for this. You get the intellectual juices flowing.
はい、我が主、お任せを。静粛に沈黙を。
You're no fucking judge. At the sound of her voice, the Treister sisters' troops strained up, lifted their right knees, and stamped down hard on the floor with their heels. It became a low, deep rumble in the ground. All chatter in the cathedral disappeared instantly, and their eyes and expressions became even more hollow and empty. The room fell back into silence, almost as though there were a collection of wax models. Amidst this heavy silence, there was a sound of footsteps, as Erika walked out into the center where she could catch everyone's attention. Oh, hey, Goat. When she signaled with her chin, a goat attendant appeared from behind a pillar and carried a single plain chair out into the front and center of the room. Just fucking stand! It must have been the defendant's chair. Never mind.
フルドエリカは告発します。第5のゲームの殺人犯は
Oh, can I get my little suit on and I'm gonna go to bat for Natsuhi over here. Come on now. Because I already know where she's going.
後ろ宮夏日さん。
Give me my fucking suit. I'm going to battle with her. She's not walking out of here. She's innocent. And I'll prove she's innocent.
あなたが犯人です。
Erika pointed at Natsuhi and spoke. The Natsuhi waxed all alone, shook and regained its expression. It was an expression of panic.
シエスタ姉妹、被告人を席へ連れてってちょうだい。
Now, Natsuhi, something to keep in mind. Don't freak out here. The more you freak out, the more you can't predict the moves. If you actually sit and just wait, and wait for her to make a mistake, because she's bound to make a mistake because she's Erika, and she usually gets ahead of herself. So it shouldn't be too bad. Just wait for it. And that's when I'll strike.
了解であります。
Just constantly poke holes in all of her ideas.
ちょっと何をするのです。話しなさい。
Can I have a better seat? 45 and 410 pinned Natsuhi's arms behind her back and led her to the chair in the center. Natsuhi resisted, but the Treister sisters were surprisingly strong and she couldn't do anything. She turned to the relatives for help, but they just remained silent like wax dolls.
これよりフルドエリカはなぜ後ろ宮夏日にだけ犯行が可能か
Only.
再構築してご覧に入れます。
Only? Is that so? I humbly disagree. But, let's go ahead and anyways.
ベアト、もちろん受けるでしょ。
当然よ。
Okay, so from what I'm getting from the gist of this, I just have to prove anyone else could have done it and not just Natsuhi. That's how I get her off the hook. So really the murder in question would be Hideyoshi's. How do I explain Hideyoshi's murder by not with Natsuhi? Because that would be the, you know, the only excuse with the chain and all of that.
後ろ宮家顧問錬金術師黄金のベアトリーチェだ。フルドエリカ受けて立つぞ。我が主に着せようと企むその濡れ衣引き裂いてくれるわ。
I got this.
ベア
I have some reasons. I have some actually pretty compelling reasons in my humble opinion. But we'll get to it one by one. I'm not used to defending people, so maybe a little rusty on this. This music's pretty hype, though. At those words, Natsuhi jerked back and gulped. Her panic finally disappeared and she stood up straight. Yeah, if you know you're innocent, there's nothing to be afraid of. Because you can easily destroy her with truth. Though she can't speak in red, which is really unfortunate. Kick her ass. She really is. She's constantly put down by a lot of characters. Her and Maria, just constant. I disagree. Yeah, obviously. I claim they are human. But I claim it is not Natsuhi. I just have to give reasons of why a different human or set of humans did it instead of Natsuhi. Ah, Jesus. And that's what I'm gonna do. Because I can disprove that Natsuhi's the killer. Because also, if we just go through all these crimes, why would she do these things knowing it'll intentionally make her look suspicious? Like, that's my first objection. Why would she hide in a guest room without knowing where Hideyoshi's gonna go? It was impossible for her to know it. And it would be foolish if Hideyoshi went into a room with someone that Erika had already said was suspicious and most likely the culprit. So why would he go in that room knowing she was in there in the first place? Are we just gonna say it was random luck that, you know, he happened to be in there when she was in there? The odds are pretty unlikely. Byrne, who smiled daringly, and Beatrice, who smiled, firmly crossed gazes. Neither. I don't think either are the right answer, though. Because, I mean, it's obviously not going to be magic. And, you know, Beatrice and all that. It's just not. The epitaph was solved, so no murder should have taken place. And then on the other hand, it's Natsuhi or bust. It's not Natsuhi. I guarantee you it's not Natsuhi, so there is no answer there. Both of those are inherently false, and I guess I had to disprove both of them. If Erika wins, the illusion of the witch will be destroyed. That means the existence of the witch will be denied. Beato, who was fighting for her life. However, this wasn't the only time she had been fighting for her life. It had always been a life or death struggle, even when she fought with Battler. Yeah, I think that was a little bit easy mode, let's put it that way. Because if Battler had won and destroyed the illusion of the witch in the previous games, Beato would have been destroyed. She loses her pride. To be fair, she'd probably also completely obliterate her. It was inconceivable that the ruthless Burn would place no blame at all on a piece who had suffered defeat. Erika was probably fighting for her life just the same. The two claims would clash, and one would be weeded out. One would fall and would not leave this place alive. The only ones who truly had nothing to lose were those witches.
OK 問題ないわさあ始めなさい
それでは私から始めたいと思います
Usually the accuser does go first, so go ahead.
秀吉さん殺しについてはとてもシンプル夏日さん以外の方を疑うことは不可能なはずです
You say impossible. I'm a master at pulling the possible out of impossible.
私たちは被害者と夏日さんを除いて全員が同じ部屋にいたじゃないですか
It really was simple. Except for Natsuhi, everyone had been inside the parlor. And because it was so simple, it was decisive.
どう考えても秀吉を殺したのは夏日じゃないのいいえ逆だわどう考えても夏日以外に秀吉は殺せないじゃないの議論も反論の余地もないわですから誤解です
No room for debate. It's a lie. 1 second. Give me the characters. Was he actually inspected by Erika, the detective? Because if he was not, because I don't actually believe he was inspected by Erika. I believe they were saying, no, let's move him first, you know, we don't have time for this. Because they're really rushing her out of there. Very quickly. She also wasn't there when they, quote-unquote, cut the chain. What if there was no chain set? What if they walked in, killed him, and then acted like the chain was set, ended up cutting it, and just telling Erika, yeah, the chain was set. That thing. What if that happened? Ava was just saying, like, you know, pretending that the chain was set. And, you know, someone either fake killed him because she didn't investigate his body. We don't know if he was dead or not. We never saw it. They just said what happened to him. We never got it investigated by an independent source. Because I don't believe Erika actually did see him. Because the whole thing was like, oh, Erika, get out of the way. And, you know, they wrapped him up in a sheet and took him away. There's blood in it, but it could have been someone else's blood. If we're going the setup route. So that's my two different ideas. One, there was no chain set and that it was faked. Or that he undid the chain right before, you know, being killed. Etc, etc. Or B, someone just, you know, he wasn't dead. Those are two options that both have equal merit that should be discussed. Also, if they're going to be insistent on the chain, then how would she have gotten into the room?
夏日にだけアリバイがないのは分かっただが待て殺害現場は密室であったぞ夏日に限らず誰であってもあの部屋での犯行は不可能だったはずだ魔法で殺人が遂行できるわらわを除いてな
密室トリックであるハウダニットについては後で説明します
No, you do it now. Okay, no. This is where me and her are gonna differ a lot because I do the who and how immediately. And that's just what I do. I always explain how to bust a room open first, and just, you know, my initial, you know, just crack inside the shell. Because that's just what I've done. I've done it for the very first one all the way up to now. So bitch, you're not gonna just walk away from the how. You actually have to do it. Don't say, yeah, I'll do it later. Fucking what? No, it's important. You just said Natsuhi because she didn't have an alibi. What else is there to explain there? It's pretty self-explanatory.
よって以上により
秀吉さん殺しは夏志さん以外の人物を疑うのは不可能となるわけです。
お嬢さん、ここをさらに切り込むと危険かと。
同感だわ。夏日が秀吉の部屋のクローゼットに隠れていたのは事実。
Shush.
復讐要求で所在の確認を行われると追い詰められるわ。
That's where I can get her. Well, they're going for a magic route. That's where I can get her, though. Because then you start really probing the lock, the chain. Was it set all the way up until Hideyoshi died? Did Hideyoshi die? All of those things.
であろうな。ゲームの支配者はラムダデルタ教だ。
That's where I'd start really pounding into him.
あやつが面白がれば、事実に関係なく、夏日が犯人ということで確定されてしまうぞ。
See, I'm much more of an offensive guy than a defense. So that's why I'd be... See, this is why I'm not really good at defending people. I'm much better at accusing. I can definitely go on the offensive right there and just lay into her ideas constantly. Because when she says, oh, who was in the room at the time of Hideyoshi's murder, she'll probably say only Hideyoshi and Natsuhi. Then I'll ask, was Hideyoshi murdered? Yes or no? In that thing. And then that's probably where it'll end. And they won't repeat it. If the typhoon passes and the police come to perform a scientific investigation, perhaps the true culprit will be identified and the false accusation against Natsuhi lifted. However, in the closed-off Rokenjima, the police will not arrive for all eternity. In other words, the real truth will not be revealed. Inside this cat box that will never be opened, false charges that everyone accepts are worth no more or less than the truth.
おそらく向こうの狙いはシンプルな秀吉殺しで夏日様が犯人であるとの印象を確定させ。
Well, yeah, what you do is find common ground and then you just expand from there. It's a common debate and rhetoric tactic.
その上で不確定
Very
要素
popular.
の多い第一の番の再構築に入るつもりでしょう。
Well, of course not. Because if you start off with there, it's already weak. And if they sense that it's weak and then you go into this, it's like, you're just drawing conclusions because that's what you suspect from the first one. You can still use that same argument in this one. But it's a lot harder to do because it's more set in people's minds.
ゲームマスターに疑われた状態での進行は最悪よ。主導権を握るべきだわ。
I agree.
ラムダデルタ教、ご存知の通り、第5のゲームでも多くの殺人が起き、
Let's start from the top.
深夜から早朝までの短からぬ時間をまたいでいきなり秀吉の殺人から始まり、時間が行ったり来たりしてしまうようでは混乱してしまうというもの。ここは時系列に従い順番に進めていくのが良いかと思うが、いかがか。
異議提出。犯人を告発する過程において時系列など意味をなさない。
That's not true at all. It is important. We have to set up a timeline here. Without a timeline, you're just going to be bumbling around like a fucking idiot. You have to categorically state why this happened from start to finish. You can work backwards, but it's very bad. Because you've already gotten to a conclusion you've liked and you're just walking it back that way, making everything match up along the way. Instead of working from the front to the end.
異議提出。フルドエリカは時系列を混乱させることによって印象操作を行っている。
ああ、よくわかんないのは私もごめんだわ。ベアとの主張を認めるわよ。
Yeah, get fucked.
エリカはいきなり第2の番から始めないで第1の番から始めなさい。
I definitely saw Erika click her tongue. I understand. So this is a way of telling Rokenjima's tale. I was guided by Virgilia, met Beatrice, reached the peak from which you can see everything below you, and finally understood the truth of the world.
これが以前にワルギリアが話してくれたことなんだな。
ええ、そうですよ。ここでは真実などもろい。
両者が主張する限り異なる真実が同時に存在できる。
Yes, this really is a trial. Both sides put forth their own truths. This here truly is the Braun Tube trial that Virgilia once used as an analogy.